Hey, Steve Post. Just want to share a recap of my bucket list weekend. Tulare Raceway, the Thunderbowl Raceway in Tulare. It was Trophy Cup 30, and what a great race. What a great weekend. Oh my gosh, I'm still giddy over this weekend and encouraging you to go to a racetrack. Whether it's a big event, whether it's a small event, whether it's a local event, go to something because you are going to have a blast at the racetrack like I did out in Tulare, California. All right, let's talk about that racetrack. Wild, absolutely wild. And after the preliminary round on Thursday night, had a chance to, go out on the racetrack and look at some of the wild features of that place. Wow, Thunderbowl Raceway, Tulare, California. This place is absolutely amazing. I'm high in turn one. I got to show you this. But I'm going to spin it around, and it's Justin Peck, the race winner, getting pushed off the front straightaway there. Justin Peck picked up the win here tonight. But look at this. This place is absolutely amazing. Okay, so here, look at the rough dirt right up onto the wall. This, to some degree, makes sense, okay? But when you look at this. It's not nearly as rough. Like here, it's not nearly as rough because they're driving up here. I mean, this is part of the lane, and then what's fascinating about it is you get in the middle here, and then it kind of roughens up. You see that there's not much here, but watch this. Go all the way around here to turn number 2, and there's a piece of this where it's the groove. It's where they're racing. Look at this down here. Again, you see the rough dirt, which would indicate they don't get up into it. And then the smooth dirt, which is, look at that, that's where they're running. And then they shoot off from here and down the backstretch. Now, I was talking to my buddy Andy Forsberg about it. He's the one that said I should come up here and just look at this and talk about it. And Andy, who's not racing here this week, he said he knows what needs to be done to get around this place. He's just not willing to do it. And he said it's really fascinating because most times when you get up next to a curb like this, you try to go a little lower to just find the edge of it. He said the quick way around, and it shows with this, is you go a foot the other way up into it and rock it off the corner. Absolutely amazing. I'm telling you what an absolutely incredible show tonight. As we pointed out, Justin Peck picked up the win, but this racetrack is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Can't imagine what's going to happen. It's the 30th running of the Trophy Cup. Finale is on Saturday night. And man, I'll tell you what, we're in for a treat all weekend long. What a racetrack. Absolutely amazing, that's for sure. Okay, so one of the characteristics of these big race weekends out in California, this is the second one I've done, okay, is they ain't scared to eat out there, okay? After Thursday night's program, there was Fiesta night. Oh my gosh, the carne asada tacos were unreal, okay? After Friday night, it was barbecue night, okay? There's a cut of meat out there called tri-tip. It's a California cut. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Fantastic, great eating. Great eating at restaurants, great Mexican food out there. I had something, one of our Wing Nation followers said you need to go check out the Rodeo Cafe in Old Town, downtown Clovis, okay? Oh my gosh. And enchilada omelet. It is the best. I'm an omelet guy. I love omelets. The enchilada omelet was so good. So good, so much good to eat out there. And that's all part of going on an adventure and having a race weekend. And this year, folks, I am just going to name drop. Had a chance to do lunch, speaking of good stuff, chilleraleños. Oh, they were fantastic. With Sprint Car Hall of Famer Danny the Dude Lasowski and 4-time NHRA champion Gary Salzi. We had a lot of laughs and we had a lot of fun. People are another big part about California. When I look at Friday night's racing results, it was 3 guys on the podium that all are people, great racers with interesting stories that made Friday night's win and podium finish so strong for them. Woo! Night number 2 here at Tulare, the Trophy Cup again. We talked about it last night. Look at this. This is it's about 3 foot high, and right in the middle of the turn, you can see all the way around, and then they come down right there. and make their way down the front straightaway down here in turns 3 and 4. You know, love talking about racetracks, and especially a badass racetrack like this. But boy, I tell you what, it's also about the people. And our podium tonight, man, three guys who are interesting stories. Corey Eliason, man, I'll tell you what, looking for a job from all I hear, and comes out in Rob Tyner's 83, had a rough night last night, scores the win tonight, and just really good to see a smile on Corey's face, and up here mixing it up at the front of the field. Dominic Selzy, similar, has not had a good season, didn't even have an engine, and Trey Starks donated one, able to put it together and to have him second on the podium. And then kind of the story of the night is Colby Copeland. Colby, first and foremost, is a race car driver, but secondary, he is the director of operations, works with Brad Sweet and Kyle Larson up at Silver Dollar Speedway. So he's the one that runs the ship up there, if you will. And Colby runs when he can, races when he can. Apparently jumped on the last restart, is what they're saying. And so he crossed the finish line first, won the race. But they penalized him 2 spots, so he ended up finishing third, and to his credit came out and stood on the podium and did an interview, very respectful interview. Of course, he's in such a unique spot because so many times at Silver Dollar, he's that official that has to make that call, and here he is on the receiving end of a call that he didn't particularly care for. That was obvious, but so amazing drivers, and that's just 3 of the 65 drivers here at the Trophy Cup. They've all got stories, and tonight it was Corey Eliason on the top step of the podium. All right, the finale, the final round is tomorrow night, and I cannot imagine what we have here from Tulare, California. California is chock full of great people. Had a chance to catch up with Sprint Car Hall of Famer Brent Kading. I always enjoy the visits with him. Engine guru Ron Shaver, talked to him. Great racers, Andy Forsberg, Tim and Bud Kading, Justin, just from on Shane Galloway. I'm going to leave people out here. Had so much fun out there talking with great racers. Great racers mean great racing. Take a look at this. This was the green flag from Thursday night's finale.
The 30th Trophy Cup. Once again, big thank you, Dave Pusateri, everybody involved. But right now, someone's going to be a hero in Trophy Cup
Man, I'll tell you what, it was Trophy Cup 30, and when it was over, young phenom Corey Day won the night. Now, this is a race that is done on inversion. So Corey didn't win the race. The race was won by Trey Starks, okay? But Corey won the Trophy Cup, gaining the most points over the course of it, and he picked up the $30,000 prize, and he's on to NASCAR land, announced in Victory Lane that is probably his last race as a full-time sprint car driver, okay? This was Trophy Cup 30. Dave Pusateri is the guy that came up with the brainchild on this, and listen to this. Over the course of this event, they have raised $3,125,000 for Make-A-Wish. I am telling you, the drivers, the fans, everybody that goes to Trophy Cup, there's so many neat things. There's raffles, there's drawings, all the feeds, all the foods, everything all goes to Make-A-Wish, and it's really, really cool. And I got to say this, look at this. I even won a bottle on one of the raffles of Abreu Vineyards wine. It's probably the best bottle of wine. I'm fairly confident the most expensive bottle of wine, best bottle of wine that I will ever consume. And yes, I will consume it because wine was meant to be consumed. But what a great weekend out there. Also marked the end of an era for Dave Pusateri, okay? This was 30 Trophy Cups for him, and this was the 30th and final one. The race is going to transition. Kevin Rudine, who is a very successful businessman and a passionate sprint car person. He runs and owns a track up in Skagit, owns teams that race all across the country. He is really into it, and he's going to take over management of the Trophy Cup. It's going to be at Tulare again next year, and it's going to go to the Race Rudine Foundation from Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish, a great, great charity, as is the Race Rudine Foundation. Kevin's story is heartbreaking when it comes to his son, Race, at 16 years old, lost his battle to addiction, and Kevin is just bound and determined that we are going to build awareness and we are going to get resources. We're going to help people from families and the individuals dealing with addiction. So great, great cause. The Race Rudine Foundation is where the Trophy Cup will go going forward. So it is in good hands. So you can get the Trophy Cup along the way over the next few years. Now, this whole bucket list thing, it started probably 15 years ago. There was 3 races I wanted to do on the bucket list. I wanted to do the Knoxville Nationals, I wanted to do the Chili Bowl Nationals, and I wanted to do the Snowball Derby. And over the course of a few years, I was able to, boom, check 1, check 2, check 3 off. And that got me thinking, it's like, okay, what's next? So at the beginning of this year, I created a racing bucket list, and I put all the races together and just kind of what I can do then with my MRN schedule. This year was a banner year. I was able to check Stafford Motor Speedway in Connecticut and the Spring Sizzler off my bucket list, okay? I was able to check the Tuscarora 50. Now, I'd been to Port Royal Speedway, but I'd never been to the Tusky 50. I was able to check that off, and the Trophy Cup was the #1 event on my bucket list, and I was able to check that off as well. So there you have it, the bucket list. Make sure you have your racing bucket list and go check it out. And when you go, enjoy the setting, enjoy the surroundings, enjoy the people, enjoy the fun. I even went through a hike through a lime vineyard. A lime orchard. I'm sorry, a lime orchard. Yeah, it was great. Even went for a hike up there, so got to see the area. It was so much fun. So I'm encouraging you, A, to get to a racetrack, and B, whether it's this year or into next year, plan a special trip to a special race that you've always wanted to go to. I'm Steve Post, Postman 68. Thanks to my partners at Sage Fruit and Circle B Diecast. Thanks for following along on this journey. Go to a race. You're going to love it.